destroy him, you're going to, listen, let me tell you something. You can shoot a man a mile away, it's one thing. But drop him in front of him. There's a confidence that comes over his arm. God will drop him at your feet and help you look at it. And then, no, listen, you didn't do it. Because had I not stepped in, you'd have been out. With the blindness, because you recognize that you are not blind anymore. It's a permanent sight. Our revelation is permanent. Yes. One of my daughter's restaurant, she got a little restaurant, and we was in there about 2 months ago just praising her. I said, you know what, babe? You're doing good. God has blessed you. I said, and nobody has ever made it in that restaurant. Nobody. Every person in that restaurant went out of business. And my daughter walked off her job, put her savings in there and started. And when I went and looked at her, I said, oh my God. I mean, a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. And you go in there now like a palace. 3 months ago, business coming there. I mean, people lined up. She called me one day and said, Dad, what you doing? I said, could you please come here? She said, I know you're not passed for the food and all that, but put an apron on. I had to go behind the counter and cook. Then I had to get in the car and deliver meals. People everywhere. That was 3 months ago. She in there yesterday crying. She ain't made enough money to get across to that fan right there. Business fell out completely, just gone. Nothing. I walked in there, she's sitting there, and I looked at her. I said, what's wrong? Nothing. I said, yes, what's wrong? Nothing. I said, baby, whoa, what are you doing? I said, it's going to be all right. No, it's not. I said, God is going to bless you. No, he ain't. Listen, she's in church every Sunday. Every Sunday. I've invited her here. She wouldn't come here. You know what she said? Dad, I want to come with you, but I got to go to my church. Love church. How you think God going to move? You telling him he can't move. How? You know what God does? He showed her first that he was in it by blessing her. Then he allowed the slow time to come to test her. See, listen, he's shown you enough in the front that you should be all right in the middle and the end. Shouldn't do nothing else. He's good enough. Good enough. Woo! Listen, let me tell you something. Watch this. The Bible says when Jesus walked up to the Samaritan woman, he goes to the well and he says, give me a drink of water. Y'all know the story. Why are you talking to me? I'm a Jew. You're a Jew. You had nothing to do with, we don't have nothing to do with each other. Jesus said, listen what this words were. He said, if you knew the gift of God and who it was that was asking you for a drink, you would ask him and I would give you everlasting waters. Yeah. He said, if you knew the gift, understand he's gifted Jesus to you. You ain't earned it, so stop thinking he's going to leave. What makes you think he's going to leave one time? Because it was a free gift. You don't earn a gift. If you understood the gift of God and who it was that was asking, you would ask him. She said, give me this water so that I don't have to ever come back. And then they went on to talking, and then they started talking about worship. And he says, go and get what? Your husband. Watch this. Watch what he does. Look at his pattern. He says, go and get your husband. She says, I don't have a husband. He said, you're right. You've spoken well. And you've had 5 husbands. And the one you have right now is not yours. There's the miracle. He did the miracle first. She says, I see that you're a prophet. And she started talking about, but we know when the one that's come called the Christ, he will show us all things. What does Jesus do? He says, it is me you're talking to. I am the Christ. I am the Son of the living God. And the Bible says she gets up and runs back to what? Samaria. But look at what he does. Look at his pattern. Look at his pattern. He comes up and he describes, he says, if you had knew the gift of God and who it was, you would ask me for a drink. And then he does a miracle. He tells her, you don't have a husband. And the 5 you had 5 husbands, and the one you have now is not yours. The miracle, listen, came first. She believed after that. How many miracles has God shown you? And he got to keep showing you miracles. Listen, one up to been enough, but it's not. He shows us his greatness first. Then he asks us to believe himself. He never says believe me first. He just trust and accept me as Lord and Savior. Then he's going to show you his mighty works. He says, now walk by faith and believe what I'm showing you. Because I bear witness that I'm the Christ. Because I've gotten you out. Listen, and sometimes you won't even save and you say, you know what? But nothing with God. You won't even save and he shows you a miracle. How many times does he have to do it? He shows you first that he's the Christ. Then he tells you he's the Christ so you can believe.
Wow.
Where did I stop at? I'm going to wrap it up right now. Where did I go? Oh, the second time they asked him. Go back to 24. No, we stopped at